I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Art 101 with Mr. Burgher.
Well, hello, scholars, and welcome back to another episode of Art 101 with me, Mr. Burgher. I'm a professional artist and a master educator attempting to bring you the best in art historical content. If you like this one, please give it a like, share, subscribe, comment, interaction. That goes a long way. Thank you very much.
You'll be whistling Symphony Doodah out of your assholes!
Now, there are 4 basic processes of printmaking, and I want to go into one of those today, a process known as Intaglio.
I don't know what all that means, I just thought I might use it someday.
Intaglio printing is the opposite of relief, where areas below the surface hold the ink. The word intaglio comes from Italian, meaning to cut into. The image to be printed is cut or scratched or etched into a metal surface. To make an intaglio print, the printmaker first places the ink on the surface of the plate and then wipes the surface clean, leaving only the ink that is down in the grooves. Damp paper is then placed onto the inked plate, which is then pressed between a couple of rollers. The damp paper will pick up the ink off the grooves, maintaining their place on that damp paper. The pressure of the rollers creates a plate mark around the edge of the image. Intaglio printmaking was traditionally done from polished copper, but now zinc, steel, aluminum, and even plastics are used in this process. Engraving and etching are 2 principal intaglio processes. To make an engraving, the artist cuts lines into a polished surface. To see the best examples of engraving, one should examine the Northern Renaissance artist Albrecht Dürer, considered one of the greatest engravers of all time. One can look at his 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse or Night, Death, and the Devil to get a real good indication of the quality of work that he was producing. There are thousands of fine lines that define the shapes, masses, spaces, values, and textures that are depicted within these very small pieces of art. The precision of each of these lines is absolutely incredible.
Fucking amateur.
Walter.
Another type of intaglio is etching. This process begins with the preparation of a metal plate. The artist will take a plate, usually copper or zinc, and they put a coating of wax or varnish that will resist acid. The artist then draws easily through the coating with a pointed tool, exposing the metal with each stroke. For the final step, this plate is immersed in nitric acid. The acid bites into the plate where the metal is exposed, creating grooves that vary with the strength of the acid and also calculated by the time of exposure to the acid. Because it's a little bit easier to produce, etched lines are generally more relaxed and irregular than engraved ones. We can see the difference in the line quality between an etching and an engraving by comparing the lines of Rembrandt's Christ Preaching and the line quality of Dürer's engravings. In this etching by Rembrandt, we see a wide range of values, mostly created through hatching or a crisscross of lines. Skillful use of light and shadow draws the attention toward the Jesus figure.
Well, don't you see? Believe it.
I tell you what, I love that story. Thanks for watching.
Mr. Sanford, you are going to enjoy this. It is called sangria.
Sangria?
Sí.
Say, what does sangria mean?
It means blood.